The region known as the Outback is one of the least populated places not only in Australia, but on the entire planet. So, why do people live here? What is the largest settlement, and what is life really like? With an area of about 7.7 million square kilometers, Australia is the sixth largest country on Earth, yet it remains extremely sparsely populated. When we look at a population density map, only a handful of urban areas stand out. Excluding Perth on the west coast, most of them are concentrated along the east coast, especially in the southeast. The Outback, a nearly lifeless, remote, and vast region, covers around 70% of the country, or roughly 5.5 million square kilometers. Because its boundaries are not clearly defined, there's no exact number for how many people actually live in what we call the Outback. Now, let's take a journey into the desert and explore it together. Before we look at what life in the Outback is like today, we need to go back in time. Aboriginal Australians have lived in the Outback for over 50,000 years. They migrated from Southeast Asia using very simple boats, and over time, spread across the continent, adapting to some of the harshest conditions on Earth. One of these regions eventually became known as Alice Springs, perhaps the most recognizable town in the Outback. Alice Springs is the largest settlement in the Outback, with around 29,000 people calling it home. It is located near the geographic center of Australia. Driving from Sydney or Perth takes nearly 29 hours, while reaching it from Darwin or Adelaide takes around 15 hours. On a map, places like the Lambert Centre or Uluru may look close, but in reality, each journey takes over 5 hours by car. This perfectly shows the true scale of the Outback. Alice Springs itself is small and suburban. There are no skyscrapers or flashy buildings. Instead, there are low-rise homes, green trees, and a backdrop of rugged red desert, creating a landscape that feels almost Martian. The town is part of the Northern Territory and is the second most populated city in the region after Darwin. The fact that a city of just 29,000 people ranks second highlights how sparsely populated the territory truly is. For comparison, the next largest town, Katherine, has only around 6,000 residents. The entire Northern Territory has a population of approximately 232,000. About 7 hours south of Alice Springs lies the town of Coober Pedy in northern South Australia. This place is extremely unique and somewhat bizarre, as nearly half of its residents live underground. Summer temperatures regularly exceed 40 degrees Celsius, with a recorded high of 48 degrees. Because of this extreme heat, around half of the town's 1,800 residents live in underground homes known as dugouts. These homes stay naturally cool and comfortable. Coober Pedy is best known for opal mining, which employs most of the population, but in recent years, its unusual underground lifestyle has also attracted a steady stream of tourists. Even churches, hotels, restaurants, and museums can be found below the surface. When people think of deserts, water, and lakes, rarely come to mind. However, within the Outback lies Australia's largest lake, Lake Eyre. During periods of heavy rainfall, it can expand to cover more than 9,500 square kilometers, an area larger than the country of Cyprus. For most of the year, though, the lake remains completely dry. Lake Eyre exists because it sits within a closed drainage basin. When water does arrive, it has nowhere else to go, so it collects in the lake and eventually evaporates under the intense summer heat. The sheer size of the Outback means it stretches across almost every Australian state. Tasmania is excluded due to its cooler and greener climate. While parts of Victoria are semi-arid, The state is generally not considered part of the outback. The Australian Capital Territory is also excluded, as it has a more temperate climate and contains the capital city, Canberra. Queensland is often associated with tropical rainforests, but these cover only about 10% of the state. In reality, nearly 80% of Queensland is desert or outback. Within this region lies the small town of Boulia, home to around 300 people. Visually, it resembles Alice Springs, with low-rise buildings set against a red, Mars-like landscape. What makes Boulia special is that every year, during the third week of July, it hosts Australia's national camel races. This 3-day event features camels racing over a distance of 1,500 meters, with a record time of 2 minutes and 45 seconds. Only 43 seconds faster than the human record. About 5 hours north of Alice Springs is Tennant Creek Airport, one of the smallest airports in Australia. It serves roughly 10,000 passengers per year, averaging about 30 people per day. Most of these passengers are local residents, along with occasional tourists, mine workers, and government officials. Even these numbers are large compared to Baduri Airport in Queensland, which typically sees only 100 to 200 passengers per year and just 40 to 50 flights annually. The town of Baduri itself has a population of only around 150 people. Although the town is tiny, the surrounding locality covers an area of approximately 36,000 square kilometers, larger than more than 60 countries around the world. Baduri is located in southwestern Queensland, near the borders of South Australia and the Northern Territory, within the Simpson Desert, a region filled with rolling red sand dunes that looks almost like Mars. While much of the outback is nearly unlivable during summer, the region often considered the hottest is the Pilbara in northwestern Western Australia. Covering around 500,000 square kilometers, it is home to approximately 50,000 people, giving it a population density of just 0.1 people per square kilometer. Most people in this region work under the fly-in, fly-out system, meaning they fly into work for about 2 weeks and then fly home for roughly 1 week off. The landscape here is mostly rocky and barren, absorbing heat during the day and releasing it at night, making it difficult to ever escape the heat. Within this region lies the coastal town of Onslow, where Australia's highest recorded temperature of 50.7 degrees Celsius was measured in January 2022. However, because it is located on the coast, Onslow is not considered part of the outback. Around 800 people live there. One of the most fascinating structures cutting across the outback is the Dingo Fence. Stretching approximately 5,600 kilometers, it is the longest fence in the world. Built to keep wild dingoes away from farmland, it runs from Queensland through the heart of the outback and ends on the coast of South Australia. This is where our journey ends, until we meet again in another unique corner of the world. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe.